Let's start with breathing. Breathing is the first thing we do when we're born and the last thing we do before we die. None of us is really aware of the way we breathe, let alone practice it knowingly or awarely. Most of us don't even think about breathing, but when we go freediving or spearfishing, we have to stop. When we breathe, we inhale oxygen, use this oxygen to provide energy for our muscles, and then we exhale waste products such as CO2. Most people think that if they inhale deeply and breathe up a long time before they dive, will give them a longer bottom time. But that's not really the case. Over-breathing or hyperventilation is one of the main contributors to diving-related accidents, such as loss of motor control or SAMBA, or even a blackout.
Bring the bite, mate, bring the bite.
By hyperventilating or breathing excessively before the dive, we purge the CO2 and we get rid of too much of it. CO2 is the main triggering mechanism for our breathing. Once we remove this mechanism, towards the end of the dive, our body is fooled into thinking that it has more oxygen than it actually really has. This might lead to a blackout. Another common myth is that if you breathe out during a dive, you'll have a few more seconds on the bottom. This is not true. When you breathe out oxygen, and this oxygen is needed for the brain to operate. When we get back to the surface, another way of reducing the risk of a SAMBA is by proper breathing. Avoid breathing forcefully. Avoid blowing your nose, and avoid any strenuous activity for the first 10 to 20 seconds. Passively exhale, and then take a deep breath. Once the air is in, hold it for a split second. Then again, passively exhale, good inhale, and hook the air in. Passive again, and hold. Repeat the process for 3 or 4 times until you feel recovered. A shallow water blackout or a SAMBA might not have any warning signs, and the diver might get to the surface, black out, without feeling anything. But in some cases, the diver might feel some fatigue, tingling sensations, either in his fingers or in the lips. He might feel changes in his vision, or any signs or any feeling of being unfocused, for example. These are just a few of the signs we should look out for. But always remember, the most important thing is diving well within your limits.
Something wrong with the scales because he's under. He's easily 5 or 6 kilos. That whale up under.